This is a transition on Atlantic Television Network. Rivers State Chief Judge Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi has granted pardon to 53 inmates standing trial at the Port Harcourt Maximum Correctional Center, ranging from different offenses allegedly committed. The gold delivery exercise is part of the week-long program put in place by the state judiciary to herald the 2023-24 legal year in the state, as well as move to decongesting the Maximum Correctional Center in Port Harcourt. Justice Amadi said the release was made in compliance with the provision section 34, subsection 1 of the Criminal Justice Law of Rivers State and Special Provision Act of the law. The Chief Judge, to visit the correctional center to find out number of inmates in the custody, how long they stayed, and know those who should be released and those who should not. The State Chief Judge said the release of the inmates becomes imperative as it was committed that justice to be rightly served to ensure effective justice delivery and decongest the correctional centers. He, however, called for effective synergy in the criminal administration system, stressing that the judiciary, correctional services, law enforcement agencies, legal organizations, and community leaders must work hand in hand for justice to prevail in the society. He advised the released inmates to be of good behavior in the society and turn a new leaf of life, stressing that they may not be lucky next time if they are caught in a crime and brought back to the correction center. Our correspondents report that those inmates granted pardon were those who had been in the correction center for over 5 and 9 years respectively, and standing trial as awaiting trial inmates, and had no information filed against them by the DPP in the High Court. United Igbo communities in Rivers and Bayelsa State have President Mazi Julius Uchenna Uzoma said Igbo's residents in Rivers and Bayelsa States were disappointed over the face-off between Governor Fubara and the FCT Nyesom Wike. Also speaking, HRH Eze Sir Festus Onukufo Eze Ugo Ndibo in Oyibo and Secretary Eze Ndibo Rivers and Bayelsa States expressed dismay at the political turmoil and pleaded for calm amongst Ndibo in Rivers State. He said that the UIC has cancelled all activities lined up between November 4th and end of the year to demonstrate its solidarity with the government and people of Rivers State. Labour Party in Imo State has raised the alarm over an alleged plan by the Independent National Electoral Commission to in polling units with zero voter registration. The Imo LP chairman, Callistus Iheji Jagwa, made the claim at a news briefing in Owerri. INEC designated 38 zero polling units in the city, urged the beneficiaries to efficiently invest the startup capital in the trained skills and business to achieve the objectives of the scheme. He also called on Anambra people to join hands and support the state's government's efforts in transforming the state to be more prosperous and livable. Ekiti State Government says the State Independent Power Project has commenced operation with test runnings as part of efforts at addressing the shortage of electricity supply to the state. Commissioner for Information Taiwo Olatumbosun, who made this known during a facility tour of the power plant station in Ado-Ekiti, said that the project initiated by the immediate past administration of Dr. Kayode Fayemi and completed by Governor Biodun Ayebanji was one of the series of interventions to address inherent challenges in electricity supply, Government House, State Secretariat Complex, State University Teaching Hospital, and street lights along major roads in the metropolis, among others. According to him, the development is geared to boost industrialization and socio-economic development, as well as enhance good governance, noting that doing away with the hitherto ubiquitous generators with the attendant huge cost of diesel and environmental pollution used to power public lights in government offices would block a lot of wastages. In his remarks, the Commissioner for Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Professor Bolaji Aluko, said that the project had been tested successfully for 2 weeks with 700 kilowatts distributed so far out of 3.5 megawatts and room for expansion. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has promised to provide infrastructure before allocating land in the territory. Wike spoke yesterday when he hosted the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Soho, who urged him to consider the judiciary in the allocation of land in the FCT. The minister noted that there is no economic sense in allocating land to people in areas that Wike, who affirmed his respect for the judiciary and legislators, said he believed in the equality and independence of the three arms of government. The minister said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had mandated him to provide land to key officials in the three arms, assuring that he was developing a template that would see the allocation done in phases. You are watching the Transition on Atlantic Television at this break. High Court has ordered the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to unconditionally release the embattled former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele. Respondents in the suit are the Federal Republic of Nigeria Attorney General of the Federation, Chairman of EFCC and the EFCC. Recall that the Department for State Service, after several court orders for his release, he was rearrested by the EFCC. Trial Judge Justice Owadeniyi, while ruling on an ex parte application by A. Labi Lawal Counsel to Emefiele, further added that the motion on notice shall be heard on November 6, 2023. Court of Appeal in Abuja has affirmed the elections of Senators Ali Ndume representing Borno South and Kaka Lawan representing Borno Central. The three-member panel, headed by Justice Biobele Georgewell, held that the two appeals against the lawmakers lacked merit, observing that members were using ecological projects as a way of making money, revealed that more than 50 requests from lawmakers on how to address the ecological challenges in their states are before the 10th House of Representatives. He assured that the committee would not only carry out its usual oversight function, but will carry out assessments across the 36 states of the Federation before funds can be disbursed.
It is our intention that we will continue to liaise with very relevant agencies, ministries, departments of government in performing our duties
by way of legislation to back up the activities of this ecological fund, and equally sanitize and sensitize the way and manner this ecological fund are being utilized. Over time, these funds were being used and the releases are becoming almost 100%. But the efficacy, the significant, normally doesn't commensurate with the releases. And this committee, it is our sole responsibility to make sure that whatever we are going to do, that equity must be respected. Because in any part of the country, today, the ecological problem is one of our greatest challenges. Even today, there was a motion regarding to green world, which whether you are from the north or you are from the south, this is affecting all of us.
Related development, the House of Representatives Committee on Urban and Regional Planning has reiterated the need for adequate planning on urban cities, adding that doing so will help address insecurity and other challenges. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Awaji Nombek Abiante, in his address during the inaugural meeting of the committee, lamented that they have practice of reaching the original plans of many urban cities, noting that slums have continued to spring up because of the challenges.
It is our intention that we will continue to liaise with very relevant agencies, ministries, departments of government in performing our duties, whether in oversighting as will be required, in areas of attempting to direct to develop policy framework, policy guidelines and guidance that will be aimed at an improved urban establishment, that will aim at enhancing integration of our developmental efforts. We want them to be integrated right from the point of conception, the point of initiation. So we will be appealing as we progress to all the state governments, all the departments of urban and regional planning in the various states to collaborate, synergize with the government of the day at the center, see how future development can be well integrated. And we will do this.
He charged his colleagues in the committee to prepare for the task ahead, as well as to bring to bear their individual expertise and wealth of experience to help steer the committee in the right direction. House of Representatives Committee on Aviation Technology has warned all regulatory agencies and operators in the aviation sector against tendencies that might jeopardize the safety of lives. The chairman of the Committee on Aviation Technology, Honorable Thomas Arietomi, gave the warning in Abuja during an interactive session with the management of Federal College of Aviation Technology, Zaria. Arietomi, while stressing that safety remains paramount in aviation, said his committee is committed to working with all stakeholders to ensure that our airports, airlines, and aviation technologies meet the highest international safety standards.
Our shared goal is to elevate Nigeria's aviation industry to a new height of excellence. The House Committee on Aviation Technology stands as a bridge gap between the policy making and progress. We are committed to creating an enabling environment for the aviation industry to strive. Our mandate includes fostering research, innovation, and development in all sectors in the aviation industry. Today's session is not just a meeting, it's a collaboration. We are here to listen, to understand your challenge, and to work together in finding an innovation solution. So our doors are open to partnership that can create that innovation in our sector, whether it is enhancing the airport infrastructure, optimizing air traffic management, or advancing aviation safety protocol. We are eager to engage you and synergize with you. In the realm of the aviation technology, our most valuable resource is our people. We must invest in education and training, nurturing a new generation of aviation professionals. Our engineers, our innovators, by empowering our youth with knowledge and skill, we must ensure.
Speaking earlier, the Rector of Federal College of Aviation Technology, FCAT, Captain Modipo Alkali, informed the committee that major challenge facing the institution bordered on funding and remuneration. While responding to questions from the chairman of the committee on what the college is doing to absorb graduating students, he explained that though their training times take longer than usual, the graduating students from the college are doing extremely well.
Our mission is to consistently provide the aviation industry with professionals, just like the chairman was saying. Education and training is a key to aviation industry. We provide professionals and other personnel through training and related services for safe of air transportation in accordance with international standards. I remember the chairman is saying safety and standards. We will be the ones to provide the capacity, the manpower capacity to train people, pilots, engineers, cabin crews, air traffic controllers, all the personnel that are on ground in the aviation industry. The college has mandate to train pilots, air traffic controllers, aircraft maintenance engineers, aeronautical telecommunication engineers, and several other specialists for the aviation. Training in other fields of humanities, science, and...
The rector told the lawmakers that the college is fully funded by the federal government, adding some agencies are owing them huge amount. He explained that some government agencies, such as National Emergency Management Agency, are owing even as they continuously train and retrain their workforce across the country. And now to some business reports. House of Representatives Public Account Committee has summoned the Central Bank of Nigeria and the 11 electricity distribution companies over $321 million and 18.2 billion naira loans for the accelerated transmission distribution interface lines and substation projects. Before the committee chairman Bamidele Salam handed down the summons when the managing director of the transmission company of Nigeria, Sule Abdulaziz, appeared before the committee during sitting. Salam hinted that a petition was received on the lack of judicious use of the funds, which were paid to the discos by the CBN on the prompting of the TCN. And that's the size of the package. Thank you for joining us. I am Valentina Lawrence. You can follow us on all our social media platforms on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram, Atlantic